Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. There are 4 things that are harmful for your health and warning signs for them. Number 1. Milk. Milk and other dairy products are the top source of saturated fat in the American diet, contributing to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. Studies have also linked dairy to an increased risk of breast, ovarian, and prostate cancers. Saturated fat and heart disease. Milk and other dairy products are the top sources of artery-clogging saturated fat in the American diet. Milk products also contain cholesterol. Diets high in fat, saturated fat, and cholesterol increase the risk of heart disease, which remains America's top killer. Cheese is especially dangerous. Typical cheeses are 70% fat. Lactose intolerance. Infants and children produce enzymes that break down lactose, the sugar found in breast milk and cow's milk, but as we grow up, many of us lose this capacity. Lactose intolerance is common, affecting about 95% of Asian Americans, 74% of Native Americans, 70% of African Americans, 53% of Mexican Americans, and 15% of Caucasians. Symptoms include upset stomach, diarrhea, and gas. Cancer. Research has linked the high fat content and hormones in milk, cheese, and other dairy products to breast cancer. One study of nearly 10,000 women found that those who consume low-fat diets have a 23% lower risk for breast cancer recurrence. They also have a 17% lower risk of dying from the disease. A 2017 study funded by the National Cancer Institute that compared the diets of women diagnosed with breast cancer to those without breast cancer found that those who consumed the most American, cheddar, and cream cheeses had a 53% higher risk for breast cancer. Number 2. Tea. Tea is one of the world's most beloved beverages. Here are possible side effects of drinking too much tea. Reduced iron absorption. The exact amount of tannins in tea can vary considerably depending on the type and how it's prepared. That said, limiting your intake to 3 or fewer cups, 710 milliliters, per day is likely a safe range for most people. Number 3. Refined flour. From the beginning of this ancient agricultural revolution up until about 200 years ago, people ate grains in their whole, unrefined form. Whole grains have 3 components. Germ, the reproductive part of a cereal grain that germinates to grow into a new plant. Bran, the hard outer layer of a cereal grain that provides protection against predators. Endosperm, the starchy inner portion of the grain. The high starch content of refined grain and lack of fiber due to the removal of the bran and germ produces a rapid increase in blood sugar when consumed. Number 4. Sugar. Sugar has a bittersweet reputation when it comes to health. Sugar occurs naturally in all foods that contain carbohydrates, such as fruits and vegetables, grains, and dairy. Consuming whole foods that contain natural sugar is okay. Plant foods also have high amounts of fiber, essential minerals, and antioxidants, and dairy foods contain protein and calcium. How much is okay? If 24 teaspoons of added sugar per day is too much, then what is the right amount? It's hard to say, since sugar is not a required nutrient in your diet. The Institute of Medicine, which sets recommended dietary allowances, or RDAs, has not issued a formal number for sugar. However, the American Heart Association suggests that women consume no more than 100 calories, about 6 teaspoons or 24 grams, and men no more than 150 calories, about 9 teaspoons or 36 grams, of added sugar per day.